Hi YouTube, this is Trish VSG 24 coming to you on post-op day 5. I'm sorry I haven't done any videos lately. It was crazy before the surgery. I actually had finals, finishing up stuff at work, and the surgery was here before I knew it. But I wanted to go over what I have experienced since the surgery through today. So the day of the surgery was Wednesday, December 23rd at NYU Langone Hospital. And I checked in around 1 o'clock. They, I changed into the robes. They had me do a urine sample. And they put the IV in. And then I went in. Oh, and I saw the anesthesiologist and the surgeon, signed consent forms. The surgery went well. And then I was taken into recovery. And in the recovery room, I actually was doing really good. They had me on ice chips and water, and I was drinking those fine, no problem, little sips. And then they took me up to a room. Now, the room that they put me in was very crowded. There was like 5 beds in there. And supposedly, those rooms were for people who needed to be on constant observation. So there's a nurse stationed in the room in addition to the nurses stationed outside the rooms. But it was so crowded and so cramped, it felt super uncomfortable. And so my mom and my sister were there, but they had difficulty like staying because there was no chairs. They brought in one chair, but it was in very awkward position. It was just so small. And I know hospital rooms are usually small, but that was tiny. So they gave me some medication for nausea. They kept giving me ice chips and water. As soon as I settled in, I got up and I started walking. I did a few laps around the hallway, and they were very happy with my progress, and they were like, oh, you're going to be going home tomorrow. Everything's going to be great. So, my mom went home and I went to sleep. And then in the middle of the night, I woke up and I started feeling really nauseous. So I told the nurse, and she gave me another course of Zofran and Revlin. I forgot the name of the other one, but the course of both of the medications for the nausea. And I didn't feel any relief. And that day, as the morning came on and the rest of the day, went on, I could not handle anything, not even an ice chip. Everything came right back up. I tried ice chips, I tried chicken broth, I tried some lemon ice thing that they had. Nothing stayed down. And my blood pressure, the next day was my blood pressure. But the main cause of concern was the fact that everything I tried to keep down went right back up. So they moved me to another regular hospital room, and they decided to keep me one more night. One thing to say about the hospital beds, they are so uncomfortable. I don't know if anybody else's experience was like that, but I was so uncomfortable. I couldn't sleep. And in addition to them coming every hour or so to check your vitals or take blood or whatever, I was also uncomfortable. My back was uncomfortable. And I kept hitting the bottom board of the bed. So the next day, the nausea went away, and I was able to tolerate some chicken broth. So they decided to send me home. So I went home. The ride home was a little tough. It is true, you should take a pillow, because those bumps on the road, especially in New York City, those bumps on the road are a little difficult. And then I came upstairs. It was Christmas Day, but I was happy to be home. And my family was here for a little bit, and then they went home because I really needed some rest. But I could not rest because of the gas pains. The gas pains were like no pain I have ever experienced in my life. I mean, they take your breath away. They really do. It was the most horrible feeling ever. And I walked like crazy that day, all day long, because I wasn't comfortable sitting, I wasn't comfortable laying down, I wasn't comfortable in the recliner, I wasn't comfortable, even standing was hard, because you're trying to breathe and you just keep wincing in that pain, and it was just horrible. Day 2 was the worst day that I've had since the surgery. So, because the incisions, no pain. Really no pain. Just a little bit of soreness when I get up and sit down, but very doable. Like, I didn't even have to use the pain meds. However, when I came home and I was dealing with so much gas pain, I decided to use the pain meds because they're anti-inflammatory, and I figured they will let me tolerate the gas pains a little better. And thank God I was right, because day 3 was a little bit better. A lot of pressure, a lot of gas, a lot of burping, a lot of walking, but a little bit more tolerable. So that was day 3, and I wasn't even keeping count of the liquids or anything. I was just trying to sip as often as I can. I didn't really drink any protein the first couple days. I tried Isopure. I thought it was disgusting. And my taste buds were so out of whack. So I didn't really put so much focus. I was so out of it that I just tried to keep myself hydrated. So then yesterday, day 4, the pressure was almost gone. It was still there, but a little bit better. But the nausea came back. So then I started taking the medication that they gave me for the nausea. And my brother came over to see how I was doing, and he was with his wife and his kids. Everybody had cologne or perfume on, and I was so sick. And I felt so bad because I didn't want to tell them anything. So after about an hour of like breathing through my mouth and trying not to say anything, I was like, guys, I'm going to go to the room. I don't feel well. And so he was like, no, I just wanted to check up on you, love you and see you later. So they went home. But I'm telling you, your senses are so crazy heightened when you have this surgery. Because I've never been sensitive to smells, and it's crazy how sensitive to smells you are after the surgery. So yesterday was okay, and I started drinking protein. Today's the first day I actually had 3 protein shakes and kept myself really well hydrated. So today has been the best day, which is why I was able to do a video. I mean, there was a point in days 2 and 3 that I wasn't even checking my phone. People were calling, leaving messages, because it is the holidays too. But I had no energy. That's another thing, that you wind up pretty fatigued in the beginning. I don't know if everybody's experience will be the same, but I was very fatigued. And I still can't really sleep on my bed, because if you sleep too low, for me, I felt too much pressure. So I slept an hour or 2 on my bed last night, and then I went right back to the recliner that I have. So that's another thing you might have to think about when you have the surgery. So that's been my experience. Just wanted to tell you guys the numbers, even though it's not official yet. It hasn't been a week. On my highest weight, the start of the pre-op diet, was 293.9. On day of the surgery, it was 278. And then today, this morning, it was 275.4. So far, I've lost 18.5 pounds. So not too bad. And that's about it. From now on, I'm going to try to give you guys an update once a week. And wish you luck on all the people who are having surgeries now and next month. And thank you for watching. Take care. Happy holidays and Happy New Year.